these deputies to turn on their cameras,
Can you please
and they're
spell the last name
refusing.
for me?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need these deputies. I'm
Yeah, listen,
calmly asking.
listen.
Ma'am, I have rights in this country.
And so do we
Just
have.
because
Listen.
you have to
We
have
can
your
make
body
this
cam
easier,
on.
or we can make this a little harder.
I
okay?
fear for my safety from
Nobody
you guys
is
being
doing
in a
anything
room.
to you.
Okay, well, I
We
need the
can
body
move
cams
out.
on.
If you listen to me
Sir.
for 2 seconds, we can leave this room.
Ma'am,
But you keep talking.
But I
and
need the
talking
body
and talking.
cams on. They have to
The
turn on the body
supervisor
cam.
is on.
I need to FOIA request all their body cams.
You don't
If your
make the rules
if your
down here,
camera,
okay?
no, I'm not saying rules. I have rights, ma'am. Just
You
because
have
I'm in
rights and
cuffs.
we have rights.
Okay,
and we
I
have
need the body
duties,
cams
and you are
on.
currently
Ma'am,
stopping us from doing our
You
duties.
I
can
need the
request
body
it, but
cams.
they don't have to do
Sir,
it.
okay, all right. Okay, your
Yes.
body cam on, sir?
Yes, sir.
Bishop,
Yes.
your body cam is on.
Yes, it is.
Kepper, your
Yes.
body cam is on.
Yes.
Deputy what, sir?
Anderson.
Anderson refuses to turn on his body cam. Deputy what, sir?
Brooks.
Brooks refuses to turn on his body cam. Sir, you in the back? Sir, you with the cap? Sir, I know you swore an oath for this community. What is your name, sir? What is your name, sir? Deputy Sheriff, what's your name, sir?
Fairfax.
Fairfax refused to turn on his body cam.
Okay.
My first name is Amar
Yeah,
Al-Jazari.
Okay. Can you spell the last name for me,
Yes, sir.
please?
It's the same last name my brother inside your jail,
I
Mustafa
still need you to
Al-Jazari.
spell it
You all
for
know
me.
who I am, sir. You
I
know
do,
who my
but I
brother
still
is.
need you to spell it for me.
Okay, Al-Jazari. Al-Jazari. You falsified my... Not you, sir.
I-R-A?
I-R-I.
Okay. Date of birth, please.
0105. 050185.
050185.
I'm sorry. Just wait. 010585. I'm sorry.
It's
010585.
And your social, please.
413 797385.
And do you have a phone number that you would like to provide?
I don't have to give you a phone number.
You do not. Ma'am, are you going to be handling the... Ma'am? Or sorry, are you going to be handling the CCH for me?
Yes, no problem.
Thank you.
I'll be right back.
Yes, sir.
Alright, sir, as soon as we get some paperwork gathered, we're going to take you over in front of the magistrate. We'll have what's called a bond hearing, okay? And then he'll ask if you understand what you've been charged with, okay? And then that'll be your time to talk to him. He'll advise you of your rights there, and then what's going to happen from there,
Am I going to get murdered inside your jail, sir?
okay?
I'm asking you this.
I have no reason to believe that,
Am I,
sir.
you got 6 people murdered inside your jail,
Excuse me one second,
and I have a
please.
platform talking about
Fairfax.
inmates getting
Step
abused.
over.
Am I going to get murdered inside your jail? That's a fair question. I hope not. I hope not. I hope not. But we'll find out.
Trespassing on the issue from whole complex and as so forth.
Right.
We got him in here. Let's talk about the questionnaire.
What do you need a questionnaire?
No, I issued trespassing.
I'm not trespassing. It's public property. You can't trespass me from public property. You know what kind of big lawsuit is coming your way, sir? I know you can shake your head, sir, all you want, but you swore on the oath to this community.
Sir, I'm just agreeing with you.
No, you're not. You're being sarcastic.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I don't know, sir. I don't know you, and
Then don't talk.
I can talk to you. You're the arresting officer. You're here. I can talk to you as long as I
Do you
want.
understand the words you're using?
You're the arresting officer
You know what
without a
that
body
means?
cam. You don't think this is going to come up in a lawsuit?
Okay, you cannot force evidence to be created just
You're
because you declare
an
something
officer
that happened,
in the scene arresting me. Your body cam is off. I'm going to FOIA request that
That's
body
okay.
cam. It's going to come up in a lawsuit, sir. And I
That's
hope,
fine.
no, you don't have to thank me, sir. Thank you for being here
You're welcome.
and turning off your camera.
You're welcome.
Alright,
good
sir,
to
so
see you,
as soon as I get the criminal history, we're going to go over to the magistrate, like I told you.
Sure.
Okay, any questions about that?
Sir.
No? Alright. It's pretty simple,
Why
straightforward.
am I being arrested for?
So the charges are disorderly conduct. I did inform
Disorderly-
you of
it's on
that
camera.
out front. Okay.
It's on camera.
I'm going to issue a no trespassing paperwork for
On public
9311 Lee
property?
Avenue.
You're trespassing me on public property?
From 9311 Lee Avenue. Okay, that's the courthouse. Alright?
You're trespassing me
No.
from public property?
I'm going to issue you a a no trespass.
You're gonna
I'm not
issue
charging you with
a
no
trespass
Yes,
from public property?
Yes, sir.
Sir, we have a First Amendment in this country.
Yes, we do.
Okay.
I'm just advising you what's going to take place. Okay.
Okay.
You are
That's
more
okay,
than
sir.
welcome.
That's okay, sir. A lawsuit is coming.
You are more than welcome to do whatever you want afterwards.
Sheriff
okay?
Bishop?
The faster we get through it, the faster we're
I'm
done.
not. Yes,
Okay.
sir. Yes, sir. I'm not impeding your process. I'm telling you, a lawsuit is coming. That video is being uploaded to the internet as we speak.
Okay.
That's okay, sir. Well, I have a sign that says Amy Ashworth kills inmates inside this jail. What, $56 million is gonna let? Yeah, I mean, sir, you can be upset, but these are facts.
So there's different branches of the government.
You're- sir, I don't wanna talk to you.
Legislative, executive, judicial.
You just told
We
me,
all
don't talk to
function
me. Yeah,
separately.
you're getting clearly you're
And,
getting
We're
upset.
just trying to move.
You're
past
getting
it.
triggered.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're getting triggered by me telling you I've got a First Amendment.
Everyone in this country does.
Okay, so why am I being arrested?
Because you're exercising it in the wrong way, sir.
How?
The First Amendment.
Sir, can
How?
you...
Being on public property?
Sir, 1 second, please.
Talking about,
Sir.
it's on camera, I'm not
Please
being
verify your
disorderly.
middle name for me, please.
I don't have a middle name, sir. It's
No.
Amar Al-Jazari.
No, Phil?
That's my dad's name.
That's your dad's name. What about Michael?
That's my other name.
That's your other
I've got two names, Michael Vardeen, Amar
Do you have two
Al-Jazari.
social securities as well?
No, sir, one social.
Okay. Have you ever been charged with anything before?
I'm not gonna answer any good questions.
Okay. You said no Phil is your dad's name?
Yes, sir.
So you don't have a middle name with no
I
Phil?
mean, you can say it's a middle name, sir. I go by Amar Al-Jazari, I go by Michael Vardeen. Those
Do
are
you have any
all-
documentation, like IDs, that say that's your middle name?
Sir, I'm in handcuffs, like.
Sorry, I just got a court meeting.
Alright. One second. Where did,
Right there.
Deputy, your body cam is on, man.
Yeah, it is. Okay.
Alright.
Sir, do you have an address you're using right now?
181 Onville Road.
Onville?
Onville, O-N-V.
Like one word?
Yes, sir. O-N-V-I-L-L-E.
Alright.
Road, Stafford, Virginia 22556.
Thank you. Actually, since I'm the one putting my info there, there's someone else that executes.
What are you gonna do? Like, I'm gonna get released. I'm gonna be on the same exact public property,
That is-
exercising my First Amendment. What are you gonna do? Arrest me again for
That
exercising
is-
my First Amendment?
The release part of it is up to the magistrate. I don't make that decision.
That's okay, sir.
Okay.
That's fine.
And
Sir.
then whatever happens after, happens
It's public
after, right?
property, sir. It's public property. Exercising our First Amendment. We do have a constitution in this country.
Basically, I'm acting on behalf of the sheriff who wanted it done. I just need someone else to execute it.
I'm gonna go to the magistrate. I tell him I have a video, upload it to social media, that I'm not being disorderly, that I'm not disrupting anything, being on public property, exercising my First Amendment.
You have a problem with it?
Just reading that, no,
Well, you can't talk about your brother falsified police report.
If
You talk about Commonwealth Amy Ashworth being on the jail board, collecting $50,000 on top of her $230,000. Looking in, her job is to look into inmates being abused. My brother has a broken foot inside your jail. There are 6 inmates that are murdered inside this jail. I'm in touch with all those families that have pictures of their son's face bashed in from a beating, and the jail says no natural causes, drug related. That's BS. That's BS, sir. And you can't talk about that in this country anymore. It's none of your fault. None of your fault. It's the fault of the sheriff himself. And I promise you, I'm in touch with the FBI, and you have no idea how many red flags this is going to raise. I've got inmates that already came forward. The local FBI agent, Special Agent Lindsay Coulter, Special Agent Samantha Adams, Supervisor Huckle, refused to take these recordings, are protecting Sheriff Glen Hill.
Alright, sir,
protecting
so
this
this is a
jail.
copy of the notice of forbidding trespass at 9311.
That's an illegal
Yeah,
document, sir. You can't trust me from public
I'm gonna
property.
give you
Do
a-
not cover your body cam, sir.
I'm-
Please, do not
I'm
cover
going
your
to
body
give you a
cam.
copy.
All right, good to go, sir.
Alright,
I
I'm going to
refuse
give you
to
a
take
copy.
it.
That's fine, you don't have to, but I'm going to make sure you have it with your
That's
papers.
an illegal
Whether or
document.
not you throw it away or not is completely up to you.
You
okay?
can't trespass
This
me
is-
from public property,
This is
sir.
a notice saying you cannot come back here. Alright, that's
How
some
are
kind
you
of-
trespassing me?
That's
I'm
some
asking
kind
you
of
a question.
official business. Okay,
How-
just let me finish, then you can ask.
All right,
Okay.
good to go, sir.
Alright, so from 9311 Lee Avenue, okay, which is the courthouse. Alright, it says judicial center, it's marked. Alright, I'm signing as an owner's agent, which the sheriff, okay, wanted it done. So I'm an agent
Sheriff
for
Glen Hill.
him. Correct.
Sheriff Glen Hill.
Okay, so I'm an agent for him. This officer executed, so there's no conflicting interests. Alright, so I'm not the one
It's the
executing.
same officer that turned off his body cam?
I don't know whether or not he did or not.
He did.
Okay.
He just told me on camera. He turned off his camera.
It's never been on.
So
It's
you,
never been on. And I
like I
promise you're
said, I
going to
will
get
give
sued
you
for
a
it.
copy of this. If you don't take it, that's entirely up to you. Okay, but I have to provide it to you.
Sir, why am I being trespassed from public property?
Because you can be trespassed from any building.
From public
That's-
property?
that's
Well, not the building, sir. You trespassed me from public property. I wasn't inside your building.
I understand that. No private owner of any building needs a reason to trespass.
You're not a
You can
private
say
owner.
it.
This is a public
Say,
building, sir.
I'm an agent for that owner.
But this is a public building. It's paid by the taxpayers'
fine,
money.
sir.
It's public property. No, it's not. I'm telling you. I'm asking you a question. How are you trespassing me from public property?
You're more than welcome to
when
ask
on
the lawyer.
video, I'm not being disorderly.
You're more than welcome to ask the lawyer about that, okay?
Bishop, your body cam is going to get foiled.
That's fine.
That camera, I have a video of the whole
So
entire
we're gonna go
arrest.
over and talk to the
Yes, sir.
magistrate.
Yes, sir. Okay.
You secure?
Anderson, you want me to go or you got it?
I am not secure yet, ma'am,
Okay.
obviously.
Can you take custody of him? Okay.
Is that the magistrate?
You want to
No,
there?
you're good. Thank you. You going with me?
Yeah,
Okay. I got it.
yeah, but you know.
I'm not resisting. I'm telling you.
I know you're not. Sir, I'm still over. And I appreciate it. Thank you.
Argueta, can we come through? Are they going all the way?
I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait.
Alvarado, how you doing, sir? You were with my brother Mustafa Al-Jazari. Look up on TikTok, Protect Inmate Project, and find out why they're arresting me. Being on public property, talking about my brother falsified police report, not resisting, not being disorderly. It's public property, exercising my First Amendment. And they arrested me. Once I put a sign that says Amy Ashworth murders inmates inside this jail, they arrested me.
We're good.
Okay.
Alvarado.
Sir, before we
Thank
go
you for
over,
your service, sir.
before we go over to the other security
Hello, sir.
facility,
How are you, sir?
I just need to ask you, do you have any other contraband on you that I did not find during the search? Because if you go into that facility with it, it's an additional charge.
No, sir. No, nothing.
No, there's no drugs,
No, sir. No, sir. I don't do drugs.
I don't think you do. I just have to ask the question. Everybody would take a look.
Hey, gentlemen. Is that all right?
You want me to come there with it?
Oh, you're taking him straight? You're not, are we processing him here?
He has no property. And it's a disorderly, so
It's not disorderly.
we don't need to process him.
Ma'am, it's on camera. It's not disorderly.
Unless you guys do.
You wanna do
just
temp, no temp?
exercising my First
You
Amendment.
wanna do cold
It's on camera. You saw it, sir? You saw the whole thing? You can go online, sir, and see the whole video from start to end. Not disorderly. They're just upset. Anderson, Lake Forest Service, sir.
Temp real quick, I got it.
Like, there's a lot
Sir,
of.
I'm gonna take your temperature real quick because you're gonna go through the jail. 99.3. Ask him about this if he stays, if not, you can leave it. And no property, no money. Back.
Nope, we left it all.
Stand back a little bit.
Environment 20?
You're going through? What's next? No, Bermejo is this way.
Hold on.
Bermejo is over here.
Give me 1
Yeah,
second.
that's for Bermejo.
Hey, give me 1
Yeah,
second.
they're still in the hallway.
1 second before you send them through.
There's a bench right here.
Before this guy?
Give me 1 second before you send them through.
Okay. Are you calling him for me?
Bishop, there's a bench right here. There's a bench right to the left where he can have a seat.
I don't know you, sir. Sir, I believe you. Well, you sound like an honest cop, an honest sheriff. You too, Anderson.
Hey, Smith, come back, sir. This guy though.
You seem that you, I don't know you guys, but you guys, swore an oath to this community. Bishop, what am I being arrested for? Bishop.
Is this yours?
Probably.
You
yeah.
want it? I mean,
That's fine, thanks.
How you doing, sir?
figured you'd be
Sheriff, how are you,
for a
sir?
little bit. Good, how are you?
Doing all right, sir? There is no First Amendment in this country.
Okay.
Not okay, sir.
Actually, you know what?
Take me to the second floor.
You might need that for a few
I'll be there in a second.
Sir, I'm not gonna give you
So
a
I'm
hard
gonna,
time.
no, I know you're not. I'm gonna try and get some paperwork done here because I don't know how big they are over there. So I'm just gonna hang tight here for a few minutes.
Yes, sir.
Are you rolling? You rolling? Yeah. Okay.
Please do, yes, sir.
Action.
Your sir, your camera's on? Thank you.
Hey, Gomez.
Swear,
Gomez.
swear on the Bible, if your camera's
I
on.
had him just wait here for a few minutes.
Oh, thank you, sir. I appreciate you. Sir, appreciate you.
Yep. Chronicle, huh?
Long story, sir.
That was Army.
My dad was an Army contractor, went into Iraq, and then he landed a job with the Iraqi government. Then 2015, he gave me a contract. So 2015, 16, 17, running back and forth between Najaf and Baghdad.
Oh, okay.
I did that for a while. Hey, doing, Sheriff? How are you, sir? Doing all right? Doing okay?
How you doing, man?
Doing all right, sir. Doing okay. Were you in the military, sir?
Army. I was in the Army.
Army. Sir, when I got back, we're not military, but we did military work in Iraq.
Right. Right.
And yeah, it was good times. I miss it.
Camaraderie and
Sir, I miss it. I miss it a lot. Every time I stand here talking about my little brother,
yeah.
I miss it.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, man. The reason why he is unfortunate, brother.
It doesn't make sense, sir. It does not make sense. What am I being arrested for? Talking about my brother falsified police report? Talking about Commonwealth thing, the actual, you saw the video. The video is being uploaded to the internet. If you go on social media, Protect Inmate Project, you'll see the video from start to end.
Yeah.
Where am I being disorderly? I'm not being disorderly. I'm exercising my First Amendment. I'm talking about Commonwealth thing, the Ashworth. I'm talking about how she's using a falsified police report. On her watch, she's a jail board member. She gets $50,000 to be a jail board member. Gets paid on top of her, roughly $230,000 salary as a Commonwealth attorney. Well, on her watch, 6 inmates were dead. The jail has a narrative that natural causes are drug related. Well, I'm in touch with 3 other families that says their son's face was beaten in, bashed in from a beating. It's not natural causes, sir. And I'm in touch with the FBI out of DC, and it's being worked on. There is a buffer around this jail because it makes a lot of money. You got the local FBI agents that are covering up for Sheriff Greenhill. It's not a good sheriff, sir. And that's not a reflective of every sheriff here. It's not.
So your brother, he was abused also?
Yes, sir. They beat my brother. They sexually assaulted my brother.
Oh, yeah.
Correctional officer sued Let's keep kissing him. That's why I need the body cam on, sir. Okay. What do you think they're taking me?
The girl screaming back and forth. Everybody take me with you! Take me with you! No! Take me with you!
You know, it's public property. I'm from the courthouse. Once I come out, I'm going to stand right there. You didn't send me to Iraq for 3 years and have me not exercise my First Amendment. It's not about my brother anymore. It's not about the inmate. It's about you telling me, not you. Okay? The sheriff, Amy Ashford, telling me I don't have a First Amendment in Prince William County. I promise you on God himself, once I go released, I'm going to stand right there with that sign. Okay? Well, you can't be on public property. You're going to trespass me from public property? That doesn't even make sense. You know the kind of lawsuit they're getting right now? It's okay. It's all good. You know, it has nothing to do with you, sir. What they're doing is not a reflective of every sheriff. It's not a reflective of every Prince William County police officer. It's not a reflective of every Manassas. There's a lot of police officers that serve and protect this community. But I'll tell you what, sir, those few are ruining for everybody. The fact that I'm in handcuffs. You know, I feel so bad for you, sir. For the sheriff's office to put you in a situation like this. Arrested me for exercising my First Amendment. You know, it breaks me. What was I doing in Iraq, sir? What was I doing in Iraq? You're gonna put me in handcuffs. You know, I'll tell you why I went to Iraq. I'm originally from Iraq, but I've never been to Iraq except when I worked in Iraq.
So you was born here?
No, sir. I was born in Syria.
Okay.
Came to this country when I was 7 years old. We believed in everything that America had to offer.
Right.
Constitution, our rights.
Right.
And I went as far as went to school, went to college, graduated, and served this country at a capacity that I believed in what we were doing in Iraq. What were we doing in Iraq, sir? We were telling these people that they can have a constitution like us.
Right.
To arrest me for exercising my constitution. It's senile, sir.
What school you went to?
VCU.
Oh, okay.
Sir.
What did you study?
Pre-med. I went as
Oh,
far
yeah.
as did 2 years of medicine before I got contracted in Iraq. I was going to do my rotation.
So you started chasing the money, huh?
No, sir. When we went to Iraq, we believed
Well,
in
I
what we
guess
were doing.
I guess you saying you never been to your home, so you want to see what other like.
Sir, it's not about the money for us.
Yeah.
It's about what we believed in. We
Yeah.
believed in George Bush and the new Iraq, and Iraq could have a democracy like the United States.
Right.
And we went there. We believed in everything we were doing there.
Right.
I left a beautiful life in 2015, 16, 17. And I was there for a long time, that when I got back, I found a new way to serve,
Right.
take care of the Marines on base.
Right.
In
So what were you doing over there?
Iraq.
Quantico.
I started a small company for Quantico Marine Base.
Right.
We were roadside assistants.
Oh, okay.
I built up the company where I have 5 trucks. I hired Marines, I trained Marines. These Marines are military police Marines.
Right.
I did a lot of work for my watch commander on base, Troy Parker.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir. Beautiful company.
Yeah. Man, what was the name of your company?
Quantico, I named it Quantico Roadside Assistance. It's a small
Oh, okay.
company dedicated for the Marines on base. Every time a Marine gets stuck with his vehicle, we show up with a truck that has a generator, a compressor, all the
You
tools.
take care of them.
We take care of them, sir. 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, it doesn't matter.
Right.
Okay, so I started it with 1 truck. We built it up where we have 5. 4 Marines. These are active Marines, and the whole
So-
idea is,
Oh, okay.
the whole idea is these Marines are on their day off, and instead of sitting in the barracks, we would take these Marines, train them, and they're learning a skill, they're making money, they're serving their fellow Marine. I mean, my watch commander on base loved it. And we were solving a unique problem with the base because it's a secured location. So every time you show up, you can show up within 30 minutes. We even got as far as having our truck stationed on base. And we would get dispatched out to the LZ grid, those training areas.
Oh, right,
2,
right,
3
right,
o'clock in
right,
the morning.
right,
Yes, sir.
right.
Marines are asked to drive their personal vehicle to that grid. To that grid, but they get stuck there because it's a small vehicle and there's a lot of potholes, so we show up. We
tank trails and all that shit out there,
Sure,
right?
sure,
Yeah.
sure, sure.
Yeah. Wow. Damn, that's pretty good, man. So you was able to make a living off doing off of that?
You know, I'll be honest with you, the Marines on base, we ended up I just zero out the balance. What I would do, I would make money off base, Stafford,
Gotcha.
and then throw it into my operation on base just because I love doing what I was doing.
Right.
You know, it gave me a sense that I continued to serve coming back.
Right.
I don't know if that makes any kind of sense. It makes sense to me.
Right. I got you. Yeah. Yeah, I got you, man.
What's up, brother? Doing all right? Doing okay?
Doing good. What about you?
Not so good, sir. They locked me up for exercising my First Amendment, talking about Amy Ashworth. There's a video on TikTok on their Protect Inmate project from start to end why they arrested me. They say I was disorderly. They say that it's not public property. They're outside the jail. It's outside the court. It's public property. I can stand there. Oh, thank you, sir. Have a good one. Yes, sir. Be safe, yes, sir. Oh.
Yeah, I wasn't up there, man, to see.
So,
But I can say, y'all believe in, y'all sticking by your brother. Cause y'all been out there for a while now, right?
so 77 days.
Is that what it's
I stole the dash camera from Commonwealth Amy Ashworth, wearing a pinhole camera. And that dash camera that she's hiding from the community, she's not releasing it, but I stole it with a body pinhole camera. It shows that Mustafa, my brother, did everything he can to avoid a vehicle accident. The minute she releases the dash camera, why do you think I'm here in the parking lot? Because I've seen the dash camera. I have the Google Nest inside the apartment that shows my brother loves his family. She want to turn this into a domestic violence gone wrong town. The apartment had a Google Nest. It shows how much my brother loves his family. It shows that the dash camera shows my brother did everything he can to avoid a vehicle accident. This whole thing is it's a tragic vehicle accident where he lost his girlfriend and 5-year-old parents.
Yeah, that's
What accident?
for sure.
Accident doesn't happen. You're gonna take advantage of a vehicle accident. Okay. I have the discovery. In the discovery, it shows that they failed to airlift the family. That's a liability. Now, you don't think Mustafa's girlfriend's family is going to be suing the city for not airlifting the family? To avoid that liability, my brother woke up out of a coma to get his police report falsified. And I have the audio of the phone call conversation between Mustafa and investigator Robert Drum that falsified Mustafa's statements. He said Mustafa stated I was arguing inside the vehicle with my girlfriend. He said Mustafa stated I was angry at Dorothy inside the vehicle. I know what happened. Now I have the audio recording of the phone call conversation that Mustafa never said that. This investigator created probable cause, issued out a warrant on falsified statements, issued out a warrant, arrested my brother. Yesterday I had the warrants. 15 months I couldn't get the warrant. I got the warrant when he told the magistrate, where he issued out a warrant. He told him that. Now I have the audio. The chief of police issues out a letter admitting that investigator Robert Drum falsified my brother's police report. This investigator is on the Brady list for falsifying my brother's statements on the police report. Now you want to tell me why Amy Ashworth yesterday took the same investigator that falsified the police report in front of a grand jury, didn't tell the grand jury that the police report is falsified, that these statements are falsified, didn't tell, and indicted my brother of murder, first degree murder, when she has a dash camera. She didn't show the dash camera to the grand jury. She didn't tell them this investigator falsified the statements. And they honestly think that I'm not going to be here on public property talking about my little brother? Sir, they're senile. I mean,
You have to fight what you believe in, man.
but sir, you know, this is the same reason I went overseas. It's the same reason I'm here in the parking lot.
Right.
I've got a constitution, I've got a First Amendment, I've got a right. And for them to tell me, you know, I feel so bad for our sheriffs, sir. Amy Ashworth is using our sheriff department to do her business. And we have a corrupt sheriff, Sheriff Glen Hill. He has all the authority to get this to stop, but he doesn't, because he's part of it. That jail it's a private jail. It makes $56 million. That money has to be protected from the sheriff, from the local FBI.
Well, the sheriff is not in charge of it.
Sir, the corruption goes high. The sheriff is on the board.
Yeah, he is on the board.
Getting paid by the jail itself. Who pays the jail board members? The jail itself.
No, that works.
Now, I had an accountant that looked into this jail. The numbers are cooked every year, the annual reports. Now, this one was on the table. On the table, they paid the sheriff $50,000 on top of his salary. They paid Commonwealth Amy Ashworth on top of her salary, $50,000. Amy Ashworth has a retired police officer. A retired police officer that owns millions and millions of real estate property. How does that happen? What is he, the best salesman in the country? The guy barely walks. No, sir, there's a lot. I feel bad for our community. I've got a 3-year-old. Yes, sir. Okay. God is watching. And sometimes you just gotta be patient.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta be in handcuffs. And I don't want to be in handcuffs, but I am.
Fight what you believe in, man.
Sir. Yes, sir.
You know? Make sacrifices, all that good stuff, right? So,
Hold on, maybe the sheriff work.
over 20 years.
20 years.
Yeah, whenever you're ready.
20 years. A long time, sir.
I did 20 in the Army.
20 in the Army. Were you deployed overseas?
Yeah.
Oh, were you in Iraq?
Yeah, it's crazy.
How far of Iraq?
I went to Iraq, right?
Yes, sir.
Baghdad, right? And then from there, I was only there for like maybe 3 weeks, and I got shipped to Israel.
Yes, sir. Okay, all right. 3 weeks in
Yeah.
Iraq, okay.
Yeah, I got shipped to Israel
Okay.
and Tel Aviv, where they were shooting Scud missiles. You remember Scud missiles? They was
Oh, they were
so I
shooting it into Israel?
Yeah,
Well, what year is this?
this was 90. My son was born in 90,
Oh, man,
so this
you're,
was like
you're a
90.
full-timer,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah, 90.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Changed the law, sir.
Yeah. So, and then I was deployed to Somalia also. Somalia, like 93. You know what? I think they did a movie, Black Hawk Down. You know that?
I saw that one.
I was there for that.
We did logistics in Iraq. We coordinated a bunch of things behind the
Right.
scenes.
Right.
There was the body cam. Can't talk about
Yeah, yeah.
you know, but we did do it like, you know,
I got
the gist
you.
of it.
I got
We
you.
did logistics.
I got you.
2015, 16, and 17 was unique.
Right. Yeah, see, I was retired by then.
Iraq changed a lot.
Yeah.
Changed a lot. It's sad with what's happening in Iraq, sir.
Yeah.
Whatever we wanted to accomplish is rolling backwards.
Yeah, it seemed like I look at the things we've done, like the military, as far as, I mean, it's like it's incomplete. The mission is incomplete. You
They
know what I
won't
mean?
let you complete it.
Yeah.
They won't let you, like, you know, you get sent to do a job and that job is supposed to be incomplete.
And I kind of felt like, personally, I felt like, you know, what are we doing this for? You know what I mean? Personally. But, you know, I don't regret my service.
I serve this country. That's how I
Right.
feel. I mean, I feel the same exactly. I feel, what are we doing this for?
Right.
And if we're not allowed to complete certain tasks,
You know, it's like a waste of time. You're not gonna complete the task. You know what I mean?
when I got back, I wanted to get contracted again. It was that feeling that it's like, you know, you can't really, it's like you're so close to getting things done.
Right.
And then just before, it's like, you know, there are elements that tell you to stop. You know, that's why when I got back, I was just like, what was I there for? But you don't regret your service.
No, you don't regret it. It's just because you don't see the end result. I mean, me personally, I don't see the end result. So it's like, man, if people wait, you know, there's a lot of lives lost. For what, man? You know what I mean? And that's how I felt. What's up, Joe?
When I got back, all I was blessed.
Right.
I prayed for a person. You know, when you're there for a long time, you're in that mindset. You're serving,
Right.
your country, blah blah blah. You know, and you're in that mindset.
So you were there for 3?
I did. I had 2 contracts. So when I went there, I came back.
Oh, okay.
Came back.
So how did they do your rotation? Were you
It
able-
was all coordinated through certain channels.
No, I mean, so you would go and do 6 months and come back for a month.
It depends.
Oh, okay.
There was-
'Cause I had a cousin over there, contract also. He would be there for 6 months, and then he'd come home for a month, and then he'd go back. You know.
We were in Iraq. We were connected through the Iraqi government.
Okay.
Iraqi government was the time was we were connected.
Right.
We would go into the embassy and the embassy was like, "Who are you?" Then you get a phone call, stamp your paperwork, and we're good to go.
Yeah. It's I kind of feel like, it's just, I lost somebody, you know what I mean? And it's like, why? It's just hard, brother.
Sir, thank you for your service.
I know, not me, you trying to interrupt me.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And I'll be honest with you, I'll know because I'm trying to make sense of all of it.
Right.
This doesn't make sense.
I guess
It really doesn't.
I can't say I know how you feel, right?
So I
But
feel like
I
they're.
can imagine,
I feel
what your family's going through.
So I feel every day they tell us that you're not in America. This is not America. You don't have a constitution. And I found myself telling them, I am in America.
Right.
This is America. We still have America. We still have a constitution. And I find myself doing that every single day.
Right.
And it gets to a point that they tell you, it makes you feel like you're not a human being. You're not a human. And I find myself telling them, I am a human being.
Right.
You know? But sir, money corrupts. There's a lot of money being funneled into this county. When you see the sheriff look the other way, when you see the Commonwealth attorney look the other way, the decision is not in their hands. These are puppets. There's someone funneling money. There's a jail that's making $56 million.
That's what they make over there.
Yes, sir.
I mean, you
You
can
can,
get the
it's public
jail.
information.
Yeah.
You can look up the annual reports.
Right.
$56 million is getting funneled into it's jail for profit. They're making money. All you have to do is, the other day I went to the supervisory board, the supervisory board meeting, the Chandra.
I'm not familiar with all
Yes,
that.
sir. Listen, she's like the supervisor. for
Oh,
the
okay.
county.
You talking about the county?
Supervisor.
Yeah.
She's talking about, I'm not stealing money. I'm not, no one is giving me money. I'm here for the community. It's like, lady, the fact that you're giving out these statements screams you're stealing money.
Why was she saying? Why was she?
Because there's companies that are coming into our county, and she would
Oh, you
come
talking
into,
about? Talking about take Amazon?
I'm not.
Not only Amazon.
But there's like a lot of big companies, giant companies
Gotcha.
taking on. And
I got you.
yeah, and it's a lot of stuff that are these individuals. They come in with beautiful smiles and that they're here for the community. But they're not. Her bio says she comes from a poor background, blah blah blah. A simple family, like they didn't have money, blah, blah. And then when I went to the jail supervisor meeting, she's talking about her family owning 200 acres in Mississippi. I'm like, lady, your family owns 200 acres in Mississippi. That means they're passed down from, you are filthy rich. You're not from the middle class. But she thinks herself as a person like that. And they come in and they take the votes. No, sir.
Yeah.
This community is silenced. You know, if anybody runs into an issue here in this community, where are they going to go? You expect them to go to NBC4, Fox 5, Channel 7, but the story is not going to get picked up because there's a narrative that we have an amazing county jail that doesn't murder people, that doesn't beat up inmates on the inside. You have a narrative out of the police department that we have a wonderful chief of police that is doing his job. You think, you know, the other day, Channel 7,
I thought I saw your brother on the news.
but they're not, they're reporting on the narrative of the police department. They're not talking about the falsified police report. They're not talking about the dash camera. They're not even releasing the dash camera. They were, after 14 months of the Commonwealth attorney saying there is no dash camera, she releases 4 seconds of the dash camera. Why not release the whole dash camera? You know? I mean, you already released 4 seconds. What are you not releasing the rest of the dash camera for? The minute she releases that dash camera, it's going to show that my brother did everything he can to avoid the vehicle. Then you have to release my brother. Well, I'll ask you a better question. Why is that dash camera cut before impact? Why is that dash camera muted? They cut and mute the dash camera. I mean, the one they released to that lawyer that I had to steal it from, in case it's statements, I went on Amazon, I wore a pinhole camera, and I recorded the whole entire thing. That dash camera is cut and muted. They said, this is it. It's a Rexon dash camera out of Best Buy. My brother had it since 2018. It's a Rexon dash camera. It has audio. The lawyer himself admitted that on a phone call conversation that I recorded, that investigator Robert Jump told him, I have the audio to the dash camera. But the police department narrative today is there's no audio. Now I'll tell you what they're doing here. They falsified Mustafa's statement on the police report. They said Mustafa stated I was arguing inside the vehicle. I was angry at Dorothy inside the vehicle. I know what happened. These are probable cause. Now, when they mute the dash camera, if they ever have to release it, when you see that there is no argument inside the vehicle, you're going to say, well, Mustafa said I was arguing inside the vehicle. You see the game that they're playing here? When you watch the dash camera, you're going to see there is no argument.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
I haven't seen it.
It's on social media.
Oh,
Posted it.
I really haven't.
I actually pinned it just before they put me in cuffs.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir. If you go on TikTok,
Yeah, you were saying TikTok.
protect, if you type protect inmate project or free Mustafa al-Jazari, you'll come on TikTok. And you'll see the video from start to end why they put me in handcuffs. I wasn't being disordered. That's a lie, it's on video. I'm on public property. What are they arresting me for? This is a false arrest. You don't think they're gonna get sued for this?
So you was in the parking lot? Then
Oh,
you came,
yes, sir. You know right in front of the courthouse, there's the lobby area. You know where it's the circle.
All right, sir.
Bishop, how are you, brother?
I appreciate your patience. You all right? You ready?
I'm
I know
ready.
you don't have a choice. Under circle, we're going. I tried to move as quick as I could.
I appreciate you, sir.
Go ahead.
Hey, Bishop, I'm not blaming you for all this.
Sure.
You are fine.
You and I
You know, I'll tell you who
you have done nothing
You know,
more
I'll tell you who I
more
blame.
in my life.
I'll tell you who I blame is the sheriff Glen himself. You want me to call?
And this is just because I have to keep arm on you. That way, if you fall, I can prevent you from falling. Because you're falling, I'm holding you. And it's like, oh, why do you let me fall? I can say what generally happens in these circumstances. Generally, we'll get a PR bond. We'll be right back out, like you mentioned earlier.
And I'll be on the public property, exercising my First Amendment, deal with that when it comes. You know, I think go kind of whack and have anybody infringe on my First Amendment. It's not about my brother anymore. It's about my First Amendment.
Since we're talking, I was told you really use it directly from the sheriff.
What happened?
Now that the traffic order says you are not to return to the courthouse
I'm not
unless you
I
have,
wasn't in the court.
unless you have official business. Okay?
Official business of my brother having court.
Yes, any court proceedings. Okay. Yes, that would constitute official.
What's up, brother? How are you?
I'm
Doing all right? Doing okay?
They're on it. I didn't have to push a button. Look at that. Thank you, sir. Hey, Alright, sir, we can have you turn our body cams in here per the order of the.
Is this the magistrate?
Yes.
How you doing, sir? Out of respect, I'm gonna take my hat off.
Man, yes, sir.